AI is everywhere, and as much as I honestly don't love it, I do use it in my day-to-day business, and I also do use it a lot for designing, which it has been a really helpful tool and one that I feel like I can share with you that may help you in some of your design. And I know that with designing products, it's a lot, and yeah, this is a helpful way that you can implement different elements in graphics that you do not have to create yourself, can simply use a prompt to create them. And honestly, there's so many different ways to use AI in your business, and I use a lot of ChatGPT for helping me with like admin stuff, but again, with the designing, it is really helpful. So I'm going to share with you how to do that and the process that I use. If you're new to my channel, you may not know that I love doing research before I design anything. It is a huge part of my success personally in e-commerce and selling on different platforms like Etsy and TikTok. And it's something that I genuinely do not think you should skip. I think it's a bad idea to just create designs when you haven't done any research yet, because there's really a low chance that those are going to get you sales. And the hard truth with selling, especially on print-on-demand products, you need to create designs that people are looking for and put them on products that people are looking for, not necessarily things that you want to design. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of research on Etsy and see what exactly is selling, and that will kind of help us to get a bit inspired. So I love to do my research right in the platform that I'm selling on. So in this case, it's going to be Etsy. So I'm just going to go right up to the search bar and I'm just going to type the word Christmas. And right off the bat here, a few different things are popping up. They're not random. That's what people are searching for with the term Christmas. So we have ornaments, shirts, gifts, stockings, PNG. And then if I had to type another letter like S, we would see shirt, stocking, sweatshirt, SVG. You get the point. I also do have an Everbee Chrome extension that is showing me the estimated monthly searches, and Christmas sweatshirt is pretty high up there. So let's go ahead and click on that. So these are the most shown in search for that term. Sometimes this can be dictated by your personal browser. So if you want to go ahead and use a private browser to do that, totally up to you. But I'm just going to scroll as I usually do and see what I'm, seeing here and types of trends. So right off the bat, something that's been selling very well with print on demand apparel is the 4 types of like characters with text underneath. So here's an example of that. It's a latte, Christmas tree, present, and a Santa hat. If we scroll a little bit further, we see another popular now, and that has 4 of these Grinch icons with some text underneath. I think I saw one up here as well, 4 Christmas trees. So you kind of get what I'm saying here. That seems to be a design style that I'm seeing as I keep scrolling with a lot of these popular now and best selling listings. So right off the bat, that goes in my mind of something that I may want to create. Here's another one with gingerbread. I'm also seeing a lot of simple Mary designs and a lot of these book types of designs. The book trend has kind of been creeping up lately and doing pretty well for a lot of different holidays. And yeah, so this is how I kind of conduct my research. I also do use Everbee, which is a Chrome extension I talk a lot about on my channel, and it just helps me to see how well a listing's actually doing when you click on it. So you can see this one here is doing $3,000 a month in revenue, and it's only a year-old listing. So that's really good, and that means that this is a good listing to take inspiration from. Has a pretty good conversion rate up here too, and pretty good monthly sales. So just looking at this, we can kind of see something that may give us inspiration to make a listing off of that. So that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to jump over to Kittl. That's what I'm going to be using today because of their AI feature. A lot of you ask me what I use to design, and this is one of the apps that I use. I utilize a lot of different things, but when it comes to the designing apps, you can bring in different types of graphics, fonts, and elements into a design app like Kittl. So I will show you kind of what I mean, but what I really like about Kittl is their AI features and their templates. Very good, and I really like to use them. So I can go in here, and right off the bat we see a bunch of different types of designs. You can search for a word. So if we want to do Christmas, and it's showing me like some Christmas designs, and then I can do further here by doing like sweatshirts, mugs, bags, stuff like that. So sweatshirts, now it's showing me Christmas sweatshirts, and these are all templates that we can use and implement in our design. So something that I'm really grasping right now is I'm looking for a type of image style, because we're going to use a little hack that's actually a new feature on Kittl that I've been using a lot for my designs, and it's really exciting. So let's grab this design here, and I'll give you kind of a tutorial on what exactly I would do for this. So right on the side by side of this, I'm going to hit this button here that says artboard, and I'm going to drag and draw a brand new artboard directly next to the one that I already have here. This way I can use that design as inspiration and create my own design right next to it. So what I really want from this design is this image style, and I want to create 4 different types of images that are like this, so I can do that side by side that I had envisioned before. I'm kind of thinking something along the lines of like Christmas pets. I feel like that could definitely be cool and something that people might be searching for because people love their pets and they love Christmas. And we can even put something like a bunch of cats and then say like meowy Christmas. Good way of like taking a trend and crossing it to what's already being searched for. So let's go ahead and try that. So I'm going to select the image that I have, and I'm going to right click and then see how it says save as image gen style. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And you can see here that I have saved styles from different types of elements that I've used in the past. So now what I can do is go right over to the image generator, and that is essentially the AI that I'm talking about, and I can type exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to type cat with red scarf holding a mug with Christmas lights. Now, the fun in this is when you're using AI, you don't really know what this is going to create for you. So it can be exactly what you're looking for, or it can be completely different than what you're looking for. And so you are going to have to play with this. I'm not going to like just tell you right off the bat, like, oh, it's going to make a perfect design. It might, but you might have to play with your prompts a little bit. And you can get inspired, like it says here, from the community and kind of see the different image styles. But what I'm going to do is select the save style that I had, which Kittl is saying that is cartoon. So let's see what happens. Okay, so I did a few different prompts here and I got some different things. So the one that I thought I wanted to use, it created a cat like this, which is fine. It's cute, right? It is the same image style as this other image here, but I'm just not loving it. It wasn't coming out the way that I wanted it to. So I decided to use vintage art, and it actually created this pretty cool cat that I kind of like. So I'm going ahead and I'm creating like a bunch of these different cats because I'm kind of like, would it be cool to have them in a line, you know? And I kind of wanted them to be a little bit different. So maybe I start kind of changing something in my prompt. Before I do that though, I'm just gonna use this AI background remover and delete the backgrounds so that they're a transparent PNG, because that's the best to use when you're uploading to a print-on-demand product or pretty much anything online. I just always use transparent PNGs. So, okay, there we go. So now we even have a bunch of cats holding mugs. Okay, let's make them small and let's put them in a line and see if I like it. I'm gonna right click and flip this one because I don't want their tails all like, I'm gonna crop this out. As always, I'm just kind of messing with it to like get exactly, you know, how I want it. So now I have my line of cats, which I could obviously keep messing with to get it like exactly how I want it, right? But just for the sake of this video, I'm gonna keep on moving because you could really, you know, go in and make this as creative as you wanted to. But we have a line of 3 cats that we did not have to really design very hard, right? Like that took me a few minutes having to select the prompts, but not as intense as it would be if we, because like I don't know how to draw that. I want to preface something because I am not a designer. I took some designing classes in high school, but we're talking like low level designing classes, and sure, that helped me some, but those were actually in like Illustrator and was more of like learning about colors and lines and paths and stuff like that. So this type of designing I taught myself, and you don't need experience to do this. Like you just have to learn how to use whatever app you're on by watching tutorials like this and by like getting into it. And then I've been doing this for years now, so obviously I have an eye for it, and I have more skill than maybe someone that's their first day, but it's definitely just something you have to play around with and start to get the feel for. So don't feel discouraged, don't compare yourself to me, but just see how I'm doing it and then implement those strategies into your own work. And let's say we want to like make this a little bit more Christmassy. We can even go into their elements here and just type Christmas for some more inspiration, or we can jump back over to Etsy and kind of see what's going on. So this was my inspiration, but my design's not exactly like that, right? It's more like cats. So let's type Christmas cat sweatshirts. Okay, so see, there's like other things that are like this. Our design's just a little bit more intricate, which I actually like because it's different and it'll stand out. It's kind of like more like something like this design. And more like a realistic cat. Okay, and what's cool is because I have this other element here, I can actually grab some stuff from that was already on there. So like there's some holly and some Christmas lollipops and some stars, which I love. So I'm gonna just steal those from this template and I'm gonna just select them and hit ungroup. And that way I can move them where I want them. If anything is like ever locked together like that, all you have to do is right click ungroup. And I'm also gonna add a shadow to this because that way it'll kind of like stand out more against when I'm like putting it on something. I'm not loving the lollipops, so I'm gonna delete those, but I do like this hat. So let's add this onto one of these kitties. Who looks best? I think you do. Okay, now we have our almost finished design. So let's add some text. So you can either grab like different text and titles from these already pre-made ones. Like if you go in here, you can kind of see them. This could be useful. This looks kind of Christmassy, but it's not really giving the vibe that I wanted because honestly, when I was on Etsy, not a lot of these have text. Some of the text more like approachable and cute. So I'm thinking that's kind of what I want to go with. So I'm just going to do my own text. So I'm going to do a headline. I'm going to type meowie. I cannot spell it. Oh my gosh. I'm actually a little dyslexic. Fun fact about me. All right, now let's have some fun with this text. So we can go over and pick a font here. You can also upload a font. So that's something that a lot of people don't know that you can do, is upload fonts from different websites like Creative Fabrica or dafont.com, and you can bring them into your Kittl artboard to make it more of a personalized art experience for you. And that's something that I utilize. I love to go to Creative Fabrica. I have a link below for you. It's for 10 free downloads. So if you want to try it for free, and then just bring those different fonts and graphics into your Kittl artboard. But honestly, you don't have to. Like Kittl has thousands of different fonts that you can choose from. It just depends on what you're looking for. They even have this like knitted Christmas one in here already. I'm going to type the word Christmas, and you can see like it shows ones that's like recommended for that. I'm kind of vibing with this one though. I didn't think I was gonna like it, but I do. It's almost giving like ugly sweater. See, this is what I love about designing is like you can go in with a vision and come out with something totally different, but it still works. And that's just part of like testing it. It's like we did our research. So we know that people are searching for ugly sweaters. And we also know people are searching for a Christmas sweater. And we know that they're looking for things with 4 different elements and a word. So I think it could work. So I'm going to jump back over here, and a lot of the sweatshirts that are selling are the maroon and the military green color. I'm also seeing sand. So what that tells me as a seller is that I'm going to want to sell darker colors probably, and something that could work on sand as well. So I need to use a lighter text color or a dark text color, but it can't be like green or red if I want to put it on a green or red sweatshirt. So instead of green or red, I'm gonna opt for either white or black, or even like with a shadow or something. I kind of like the black. Now what I'm gonna do is highlight all of the graphics on my artboard, and I'm actually gonna group them together. And you can do that by Control G or just selecting and hit group. And now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna copy and duplicate this artboard. And I'm gonna do that as many times that I want to make a different variant. And then I'm gonna select the text. And then if I wanna experiment with different color text, that is how I would do it. And then I would save it each time as a different artboard. So we're gonna do white there and then ungroup. And on this one, I'm gonna change it to, what color do I want to use? A red. Okay. So these are my 3 designs. Obviously we can't see the text on this one. And then I'm gonna name the artboards, and I'm gonna download all 3 of these artboards as a transparent background. All right, so I'm on Printify and I went to the Gildan 18,000 sweatshirt. It's one of my favorites to sell, especially for the holidays because there's just more colors. And then I'm gonna go to SwiftPod because they're my favorite and they have a bunch of different colors. So I'm gonna go to Start Designing. And then here's where I can open that zip file and upload my design. Okay, so now I have all 3 of these on here and I can test each one out. So let's start with the red one and put it exactly where we want it. And then when we go to select variants, you can see all the colors that we'll be able to offer on our Etsy store using this provider. So they have the military green, they have the forest green, which is the Christmas green. Irish green's it's pretty bright. And then they also have, where is the burgundy that I like? Cherry red and cheek red. They have a bunch of different like colors that you can, use for Christmas. So I'm just gonna select a bunch and see how it looks and then choose the ones that I want to go with. And I do the same like process every time. And this helps me kind of narrow down what colors and variants will work like with the design, Okay, look how cute this is. Meowie Christmas. I love the gray actually. And then if you click here, Printify will show you how it looks on every color. So that's how you can really narrow down. The red works, but just from my experience, I would not print that red on red like that. I don't think it'll look good. And it looks great on sand as well. So what I can do is I can select red and hit make a specific design for this one. And what I can do is add in the text with the white, delete this, and add that one. So now each design is different, even though these are on the same listing. If you didn't know you could do that on Printify, like this video, let me know. But so see here now, when I select the different variants, the color is changing. So now if I want to add another one, let's say I want to do that forest green, go back, make a specific design for forest green, delete, library. Okay. The green's actually my favorite. This looks really good. So now I can hit save product and we can continue uploading this onto our Etsy shop, which I have other videos about that, so I will link them for you. How cool. See here, we just made that design in a few moments and we made 3 different types of designs, and you could get so much more creative with this. Like you could even take this same thing and duplicate the artboard, and I can change this to a dog. So a dog with a red scarf holding a coffee, background remover. And I can literally replace the cats with the dogs and then do a dog pun. You know what I mean? So like you could keep doing this with different animals. And I think that is the beauty of AI. And as much as like I want to be that person that's like, AI is, sucks, or like I hate using AI, like I was so against it for so long. But when you can see how much it can elevate a design, it really can be a game changer. So definitely something that I would consider. Now, with using different tools such as AI designing, it is going to come with a cost typically. Now, I know that that's like not what everyone loves to hear, but it's just true. Like the more advanced that your skills get, you can design without these different tools, but if you want to utilize them to help you, they are going to come, with a bit of cost. So I don't want to like mislead you and tell you that, you can do this for free, but if you do want to try it out, you can on Kittl, and you will need a pro or expert plan to use this religiously. So I do have a code for you because Kittl was so nice to give me one so that you can go ahead and utilize that and check it out. I hope that this video was helpful to you, even if you're just considering getting into AI. It could be something that you want to like just try or see that it is possible to create designs like that. And I know specifically like when you're scrolling on apps like Etsy and TikTok and you see these designs, you're like, how did somebody make this? Because that was me 4 or 5 years ago. I was like, how are people making these designs? Like from scratch? Are they drawing them? There were so many questions that were in my head. And so being able to do that with AI is just a whole nother level of, experience that you can put onto your design without actually having to know how to do it yourself. Like this if you thought it was helpful, or let me know in the comment section any comments, questions, or opinions you have about this, or if you would want to try using it out. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I'd love to have you as a part of our community here on YouTube. I post videos weekly, sometimes twice a week, talking about everything to help you have success on your online income and print on demand and digital product stores. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.